Greetings. My name is Derek Farrow, and today I want to speak to you about the evolution of documentary filmmaking. Documentary filmmaking can be traced back to 1877 as early as the first moving pictures. Edward Muybridge developed sequential photographs of horses in motion and subsequently in 1879 created a device called the zoopraxiscope, a device that he used to animate his images. In 1895, Auguste and Louis Lumière staged the first public screening in the basement lounge of the Grand Café in Paris. With his screening, filmmaking is born. Also in 1895, Félix Louis Renault films a Senegalese woman during a Paris exposition ethnographique, the first known use of the camera for ethnographic research and consequently the first documentary. Skip ahead to 1914. Photographer Edward Curtis films In the Land of the War Canoes, which is a narrative dramatization using actors. At this point, we're seeing filmmakers using their skills to make non-fiction films that have educational value in addition to entertainment value. In 1922, Robert Flaherty films Nanook of the North, which is often referred to as the first full feature-length documentary. Much of the technology remains the same, however, it's the length and the quality of the documentaries that are evolving. In 1926, the Empire Marketing Board was formed by the Colonial Secretary Leo Amery and was used to promote intra-empire trade and to persuade consumers to buy empire. At this point, we are seeing the beginning of propaganda films in the documentary genre. In the early 1930s, the Workers' Film and Photo League is formed in the United States with the purpose of making independent documentaries with political and social progressive viewpoints. Subsequently, in 1935, the U.S. government jumped on the propaganda bandwagon and began creating films of their own to keep the public informed and helping with personal relations. The same year, Leni Riefenstahl began propaganda films for the Nazi Party in Germany. In 1942, director Frank Capra enlists in the U.S. Army Signal Corps and begins working on propaganda films for the U.S. government. We can see that there is a trend of world powers using documentary filmmaking to push propaganda agenda to aid in the war effort. In the 1950s, we saw new technology come in the form of lighter, handheld cameras, which allowed filmmakers to move more freely with camera in tow. This aided the documentary genre as filmmakers could now move with their cameras as opposed to placing them on a tripod or having them stuck in the ground and trying to pull them out, needing a team of people to move them around. The National Educational Television, later known as Public Broadcasting System, was founded also in the 1950s, which gave independent filmmakers a platform to show their work. In the late 60s and early 70s, documentaries began shifting to the first-person narrative we are more familiar with today. Although the third-person cinema verite is still prevalent, we still see the genre start to switch. In 1987, PBS series POV, or Point of View, premieres, dedicating a series for independent filmmakers as well as giving viewers the opportunity to provide feedback. Moving ahead to today, we can see the technological advances with smartphones and handheld cameras and how it has changed the documentary genre, and there's never been a more exciting time for documentary filmmakers than there is today. Thank you. Have a great day.